Today we bring you a shocking update on the unexpected shutdown of Beacon Medical Institute. After a thorough investigation by Alliance officials, it has been confirmed that the Beacon Medical Institute committed multiple illegal and unethical acts, breaching several tenets of the Sorium Accords. Chief among the charges being brought against them are illegal conscription of workers, subjecting unwilling participants to unethical tests for nefarious purposes, and multiple counts of invasion of privacy. The company has since been dissolved in its entirety, with those intentionally involved being detained for questioning and judgment, while the unwilling participants have been taken to receive extensive medical and psychological treatment in order to ensure their well-being. The announcement was delayed in order to allow Alliance officials time to gain control of the situation, while ensuring those who had their privacy violated were made aware. The investigation is still ongoing into companies who may have been affiliated with these activities, and at the moment, all companies involved are cooperating fully. We foresee many changes in the future in regards to oversight for research companies and information security. In our next segment, we have Salz and Alar on to discuss what these changes will mean for your medical care, followed by Granor Kraylin on how we can ensure something like this never happens again.
On the crew of the Kitsu Nova. So, what do you all do after?
Well, this is a bit of a right afterwards. Riley is sat in the same spot we opened with her at. She's probably changing bandages from one of the gunshots. As she's like, she's just tired, and she just hits record. Hey, Jalen, still alive. Guess that last message was a little, premature. Not that they didn't try. Anyway, well, I'm still alive. And then there's, like, a few seconds of dead air as she's thinking, is there more to say? And kind of changing the bandages, and then she just hits send.
Yeah. What about for Jack? You were dead for a bit there.
Well, after Jack got done in the infirmary, in the med bay, he sold all the information that he had gotten, and he went to his little private area. And this is when we see how much money Jack has stolen. It's like looking at the digits for pi. It just keeps going on and on and on and on.
That you've stolen in general or from Beacon?
From Beacon.
I'm so proud. As a Chaos Gremlin, I'm so proud.
Can I get another computer's check to see how well you covered your tracks? After ripping off Beacon Medical Institute?
Happily.
Did we get another nat one?
Nope, a 3.
You get a message within like a couple hours after. It would be wise of you to return that which is not yours. Just a message, no sender, out of the blue, takes over your whole screen. You cannot use your device again until you transfer the money back to where they're telling you to put it. This level of tech ability is unheard of even for you.
Oh my goodness. Damn Beacon.
Do you give it back?
I can always get more tech.
So you should just ditch your sim and get a new one?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Jack just lets that out in the airlock.
And you don't tell anyone, of course.
Nope.
I was gonna say, at some point, Riley would, like, contact her parents, her family, and be like, we don't do any deals with Beacon, right?
I mean, we've used some of their, like, planet site clinics before, but no, why?
Just checking.
And then the next day, the news breaks. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, your captain's like, we're not going to have our names attached to this. I don't want that following any of you all.
Man, whoever did that was a really cunning criminal.
I'll say you're probably one of the few that get to know a little bit more about the extent to which things happen, but there's still a lot that the Alliance isn't able to figure out even years later. But it's time for the epilogues. What do you all do in the years that follow?
Well, the years that followed, Jack had a plan. He was doing all this so he could buy his own planet. And it is a gargantuan gambling planet.
You own Amari, basically.
Yep.
Cool, fine. That's fine. I will say, though, you ripped off a shit ton of money from the technocracy. So you get the feeling they never forget that. And I think there might just be one day where Jack disappears.
Hey, guys, the boss is gone. Oh, shit. Jack's like frozen in carbonite somewhere.
Yeah, and Almari falls into chaos until, like, a couple of years later when Sandro Espen comes and, using the name of Whispers, creates sort of balance in the underworld. What about for Delphine?
They would stay with the ship and with the captain and just kind of make sure, occasionally go off the ship and just keep an eye on Raylan and Jack and just try and make sure they're not getting themselves into too much trouble, just like a mom would.
Yeah, until Jack just disappears and buys his own planet and then disappears.
Yep, until he does that.
And we all knew it would happen eventually.
Yeah, and then once he disappears, they start, trying to find him and search through the galaxy and hit up all the places whenever they stop on the ship and try and gather rumors. Try and find him.
There is no trace that Jack Daxter ever existed.
I don't like that.
Oh, God.
He's not confirmed dead, so there's a possibility, but
He's just MIA. Presumed dead.
when you rip off a shadow tech cult, bad things happen.
He's in the worst prison known in the galaxy.
They're called the Technocracy in here too. As a World of Darkness player, you just know.
And what about for Rylia? What does your future look like?
Riley eventually goes back home and winds up taking over the family business. And well, they might have some dealings with pirates on occasion.
What is the family business?
Acquisitions.
No, it was something where her association with a pirate was bad news for the family.
You do security for other businesses specifically.
Yeah. They're like a private security corps.
Yeah.
They're the CEO, and that's the family business. And well, there's still rumors out there that the new CEO has dealings and connections with pirates. Nobody's ever able to confirm those.
Yeah, it's not like pirates ever hijack any of your stuff, so it's fine.
You know, the business actually starts getting a pretty decent reputation, as if it seems that where their guards are, they see less trouble with pirates.
Always good friends to have. On the crew of the Erasmus Kai. Yeah, you are able to secure the rest of this wing until the Alliance comes to take over the rest, and you are thanked and allowed to leave and continue on. You do get an option if you... because the news of what was going on at Beacon is going to break. Do you want to be recognized publicly as being part of the group that secured the station and uncovered it, or do you want to kind of keep it private on the down low? Like,
I like down low. I mean, I wear a hood when I go out.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm Dovel.
I will leave it to the crew to decide, but personally, I do not feel like I need threaded for this.
Yeah, also there's a horrible, shadowy techno cult tied to this. I don't think we want them knowing exactly who we are.
I agree with that as well.
yeah, they fully respect that. You will be, like, compensated fairly. Like, you have the thanks of the Alliance for helping keep this stuff from getting out there, but they do keep your names, like, your involvement in this very private.
Question. Before you leave, Bryn, if we're like that, I think there's this scene where, like, you're, like, packing up your stuff.
Go get some, like, short leave to decompress after all of that.
And we have some cake, and I have some nice space vodka. So,
Yes.
and then we'll put on their show. So, what episode is it that you were trying to ship us to in comparison? Let's see the episode.
I think it was 93.
Show us episode 93, please. Let's see the ship that you speak of, and get drunk while we do it. Eh?
We must start with episode 1 to understand.
No one. 93 is what I want to see.
It's like no. You'll love it, and I'll use my like tricky fingers or whatever to just dim the lights. It's like, all right, and go.
And we have a marathon.
Yeah. Also, just for giggles, Dovel, like, roll me persuasion.
A 12.
You were not convincing. They probably enjoy the show, but you are not convincing about the ship.
Every time something awesome happens, I lean forward on the couch and I'm like, right? Awesome.
No, I don't. Do you see it, Bryn? I don't see it.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
There is extensive fan-written material you should read.
No.
No thanks.
It is quite well written.
It is a delightful show.
Here's the boss's personal email.
I'll take your word for it, Starburst. I'll take your word for it.
Not me introducing fan fiction to Bree's world.
Oh, I appreciate it, because you know Tally writes fan fiction for the Cleanup Crew.
Oh, we know.
Absolutely. It's her favorite series.
That's funny.
Yeah, so what do y'all do after? And then years that pass?
I don't know. Well, I mean, you tell us, Bryn. You're the one that. Are you leaving for real?
I think I do sincerely try to retire. I try, but it's really boring. it's really boring. I start messaging Dovel and I'm just like, hey, what's up? What are you up to? Doing anything fun? Doing any missions? And it turns into, oh, you need a hand with that? Oh, you need another body with that mission? Oh, I was already in the area. I'll swing by. And I kind of just like insert myself back into the job.
You make it 2 months before you talk yourself out of retirement.
Yeah.
It was a nice little vacation.
Yeah.
I think when you come back to the ship to like your little desk space or whatever, like no one reclaimed it. I never tried to reclaim it. I even put more cactuses in there.
Yes.
So there you go.
Starburst specifically, as you come back in, takes down a do not use sign.
I also think there's you probably see when you first get on the ship, like there's this board where we had bets how long it would be before you'd come back. With Starburst winning because they are good at the odds.
Yes. Yes. Nailed it.
Yeah. And y'all, I imagine you try and see if you can like piece together more of like who all was behind this, but it's hard to find.
One of the things I would like for us to try to do is if we kept that device, maybe study it and see if we can reverse engineer it and find a way to counteract the mind thing with it. And if we can, maybe we can hook it on our ship or find a way to use it.
So it's a project your two nerd squads are doing.
Go ahead, guys. You guys work on this.
I feel like Big Shot gets an awesome upgrade of like mind control.
Does this mean we get extra space flicks time?
If you solve this problem and turn this thing and make it to where we can use it against them, you can watch double of your space flicks.
I do like the idea that with like this specific crew, there's just like a lot of like random side, like non sequitur, like epilogue things, like Lord of the Rings. It just keeps going. Like there's one in my head I imagine where everyone's just doing their own thing, like Cap's up in the cockpit, and like I come up there and I'm like, hey,
Yes.
doing your work good, or whatever. And then I'm finally like, oh, can we like spin down the gravity? Come on.
Yes,
Come on.
sure.
Yeah.
For fun.
Yeah.
It's training. Exercise training initiated, no gravity.
What? No, my cactuses.
Oh, flying cactuses sounds dangerous.
I believe this is where I say we.
As you're just like floating in the starfish pinwheel. So one last thing before we close out is, as you try and like figure out who might have been behind this, it's hard to find any information on the technocracy because this was the first proof that something like that even existed. But after the Alliance like goes through like all of the things that they found in that wing, they realized there were no other instances of any kind of information being written on a legal pad like you found it. So you get the feeling someone might have left that on purpose.
Got a spy on the inside.
Now the question is, are they a spy for us, or were they trying to set us down the wrong path? Maybe there's things we don't know.
I feel that legal pad is totally like a spaceship trophy. Like we took it with us. It's on our fridge. You know?
It is on the fridge.
What was the guy's name on there? Mark? Was it Mark?
Mark.
We just wrote, thanks, Mark. Oh, no, I got above his net. Stick it on the fridge. Thanks, Mark.
Also, there's no record of anyone named Mark working for the company.
Of course not. Of course there isn't.
So you're not sure who left that, but they did it intentionally. And it might have helped save a lot of lives.
But I think we all agree, like around our mess tables, like we're not going to admit that we had any help whatsoever, right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
Nope, we figured it out all on our own. No problem whatsoever. It wasn't like there was any threats, no machines stabbing us or
What did we end
us.
up doing with all those filing cabinets?
They're just in the ship.
I feel like those
think-
probably got handed over to the Alliance.
Yeah.
The files did, but I kept the cabinets. You never know when you need a good cabinet on this ship.
Yeah, oh, they absolutely... Once they were sure there wasn't any, like, other, like, hidden, like, paper stuck anywhere, you were absolutely allowed to keep the cabinets.
We turn them into a planter for the cactuses.
Oh,
Yes.
that would be
Yeah,
cool.
I was just thinking that. It's like they're just full of cactuses.
You're like a little terrarium. Oh, I love that.
I love the idea that I was thinking, like, oh, this would be great for storage, and I bring it on the ship, and then, like, within an hour, it's, like, just filled with, like, cactus plants, and, like, this is not what I had planned.
Starburst just looking there, very proud. Do you think she will like this?
This is
Listen,
before
you know-
Brindley's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I believe so. Dovo, what do you think?
I'm like, huh? And I'm not paying attention or whatever, and then I like prick myself. Like, ah.
I still think she'll be back in 2 weeks.
No way. She retired. She's always a person of her word, man. It's like we won't see her for a long time. And then I just have all of these inbox like messages.
I believe 2 months, 1 day, 13 hours, and 5 minutes.
Look, that thing you do is totally not fair.
You did not need to be that precise.
It's like that's not how the game is played.
Yeah.
Starburst was off by 2 minutes.
They're the closest, so here's the money. Or was it cubicles or whatever?
Cubo.
Cubo. Here you go.
Cubles.
Cubibles. Here's your cubibles.
Just turns and hands it over to the other back. More cactuses.
And I think we're gonna leave it there.
Good job, Chuckle
Good
Putt Spa.
job.
What is it? Team bless your hearts?
Team
Yeah,
bless your
team
heart.
bless your heart.
On the crew of the Nighthawk, eventually you're cleared to leave. You go to the nearest bar.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just because I can, I warp us all back to the ship.
Yes.
All right, everybody, let's go to the space bar.
Warp to the back of the ship.
You go to the best place to go for shore leave, Peltavaria. And then it's time for the epilogue. What do you all do after that?
Hell yeah.
In the years that follow? Do you talk about it? Do you advertise your connection? Or do you just kind of keep that quiet? What do you do? Because when the news breaks about Beacon Station, it's big.
Yeah, I would prefer to keep our names out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hence my deleting, like, even the fucking Alliance doesn't have the information that they had on us, that they were scouting us. No.
Yeah.
Seems like that might, yeah.
The Alliance fully respects that decision.
Oh, they don't know that decision.
The decision to keep your
That was the
names
point.
out of
They have to
the
respect
public
it.
record.
Just doing it for the job, not the
Oh,
glory.
yeah, okay, so public. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's.
Out
yeah,
of the public
that-
record, yeah.
Yeah, very much agree with, like, yeah, we don't really need to be associated with this. Like, then he would tell everyone else about his dad and like how he thinks he still might be alive and wants to go try to like find him eventually. But like, it's also been a long time, so I can wait.
I'm down to help.
Yeah.
Always. This is where I'm gonna be. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been honestly more interesting than every hospital I've worked in. So, we'll have to keep doing that.
You don't think you're going to go off on your own for that one. If you want to help, we're here for you.
He puts the hand in for that very clear team cheer and handshake that we all have, that we all know, that we can all recite, but we're not going to because it would take too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Falca like would just not really like. I think he's finally found like a spot that he's like feels comfortable and happy and safe, and he's found 3 people that are really worth protecting, and that's what he's going to keep doing. And of course, Zatea. He doesn't know why, but he wants to stay close.
So, who realizes that first? Like 15 years later, have one of you...
I feel like Glorp and Tyburn figured out first.
She's like, wait, are you two together? After you've already been living together, dating without knowing that you were dating forever.
Whoa.
So can you two... I got you an anniversary gift.
What's an anniversary for what? Is this, I don't understand.
I thought you two... It's like your 10th...
Zatea definitely knows. She just hasn't told Velkin.
Okay, there it is.
It's like the 12th anniversary of you getting together, yeah?
Like, I moved here 15 years ago. I don't know what this 12th anniversary thing is.
We were together 3 years before that Beacon Station thing, and it was after that, you know.
No,
Wait a minute.
not together. Like, we've all been together as a team for 15 years, but, I mean, you and Zatea, you together.
I think he looks over at Zatea. And
She's
it's
your
like
girl?
biggest eyes, just like, oh, wait, oh.
Sorry, do you two call it something else?
13 years, actually.
Oh, like, this is amazing. He just runs over and like, unashamedly, big old hug. It's like,
I kind of want to end it there with the 13 years, actually.
13 years, actually. That's amazing.
Before we get to some fun post-credit stuff, I just want to hop in and say thank you all for listening to the Liberation of Beacon Station. This has been a game that I have wanted to run pretty much more or less since I introduced Holly like 3 years ago. It has been living in the back of my mind ever since then, and it has meant to the world to see this story come to life. So huge thanks to all of my wonderful players who joined in on this crazy adventure. Special shout outs to Finnick and Ava, who played 2 characters, y'all rock. This was just a lot of fun to work on. My first time doing a little sort of side story set within the universe. There'll probably be more in the future, but I couldn't think of anything better to do for Halloween. So thanks again for listening, and I do recommend listening to the next couple of post-credit scenes. Gotta have a fun little teaser and just some silly goofs that happened. And for those of you who've been listening along to the main story and are eager to know what happens next, we are taking a bit of a break for the holidays, but we will be back in January. So see you then.
So I was just watching the Shard tabletop over here, and I was like, yo, those numbers are nuts. And I was like, wait a minute. And I looked at everyone's sheets. I had made a level 5 character. So I'm going to quickly add 10 levels to this guy real quick.
Oops.
No, that one's on me. So, but yeah, if I'm quiet for a second, I'm quickly adding a lot of things to this character sheet. Keep going.
Did you really think I was threatening to kill level 5 characters?
For a second, I was like, this is shaping up to be a pretty dangerous adventure, but whatever. All right. No, we're good.
No, this is the level 15 group, my friend.
Hell yeah. No, I'm into it. I'm into it.
So we got a couple people who are really good at their job. One person who's going to deal with the cat, and one person who's trying to remember how experienced you are.
Yeah, and then one person who just woke up and was like, wait a minute. Ugh, my body is growing. It's fucking evolved real quick.
I told her I'd be recording.
Oh, come on, Kitty.
You look over, Bellcat is suddenly beefier.
Yeah. So, all his clothes just got a little tighter. He just went through like some humidity or something.
Had puberty.
Oh, yeah.
It's all at once.
No, he just needed the shetty skin. He was getting a little tight.
Yeah, he just like he molts real quick. I'm alive!
That is vaguely unsettling.
Oh no, I am become that player.
Didn't ask who my friends are. I said I cast Fireball.
I didn't ask how big the room was. You gotta love the 3 dimensions, because now's when you need the a square plus b square.
Yeah, Pythagorean theory.
Every math teacher that ever heard, when am I ever gonna use this in real life? Laughing.
They all play D&D.
Our operations at Beacon Medical Institute have been exposed to a degree that is unacceptable. Those who are allowed to take charge in that endeavor have been dealt with in accordance with their failure. Such mistakes will not be tolerated. Anything that impedes the will of the One will not be tolerated. Those who have proven themselves worthy will be called upon to continue the work. Our former brother's negligence has cost us 15 years. Further delays will not be allowed. We serve the One, and our sole purpose is to prepare for the One's return. Heed